the world of digital finance, a small group of individuals have tried to warn the world. They've exposed the games, the silence, the puppets, and the billion-dollar setups hidden in plain sight. While others chased hype, they followed the money straight to Ripple, regulation, and the new financial order. This is not speculation. This is the groundwork. This is the blueprint. These are their stories. Previously on 24 Hours Crypto.
Played out, but I think where USDC is going to hit a cap is going to be at scale. That's a lot of liquidity that you're taking out of the system.
Alongside XRP, so we're able to scale that globally.
So if we can, improve it with more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides.
To do that, the scale issues we talked about earlier.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. Episode number 2. USDC, RLUSD, just one of 2 assets that are going to complement XRP and drive its value up to the sky. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it's very, very real. What we're about to witness, and remember, very small amount of individuals. So if you're ever having a bad day, if you think you have nothing going on in your life, just know that you being a part of this community, you being able to accumulate at these prices is historic. So by 2030, XRP is going to hit $100 100% because it logically has to, given the fact that they're giving the green light to the infrastructure now. And in today's video, you have the 2 most powerful regulated stablecoins being positioned to move on to the XRP ledger. And it's all unfolding right now. This is not hype, right? You have the infrastructure being aligned behind closed doors, and XRP is written all over it. All over it. And I know yesterday's episode, I told you guys the pendants are going to be available today. They're not available right now because the cost is way too high. I'm going back and forth. Just the engraving part alone is a headache. So maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, or maybe next week, these will be live once I figure everything out. But in today's video, you're going to understand exactly how XRP is going to just go crazy, right? And $5 billion that Ripple offered, it's going to increase. They're going to make this deal happen. Remember, Ripple's issuing their RLUSD, their own stablecoin, fully regulated and designed to move across the XRP ledger natively. And Circle, the issuer of USDC, is eyeing the XRPL as one of the next chains to expand into. And they're coming. And that would be 2 of the most credible dollar-based assets in crypto. And it's going to be on the fastest, the most scalable ledgers in existence. But here's what nobody seems to grasp. Stablecoins alone don't scale the system. XRP does. And I'm going to break this down like no one else will. This is and please share this video to everybody you know, okay? And also, when I'm talking, just keep this on the back of your mind. These are XRP markets, right? You got JPY, you got KRW, you have, you don't have much pairings right now, but these pairings will dramatically increase, especially when you implement the FX markets, right? And look at the volume. Oh my goodness, $55 million. Remember, the FX market, trillions, JP Morgan, trillions on a daily basis, right? Stablecoins like RLUSD and USDC are capital on-ramps. They bring dollars into the system, but they can't move those dollars efficiently across chains, currencies, or financial jurisdictions. And remember what we talked about licensing, right? The MTL, the money transmitter licenses. And remember how we said Tether has none. And when you look at X, Twitter, when you look at Circle, and when you would look at Ripple, look, they all line up perfectly because they're getting ready for implementation, and these all need to be in place. And remember that liquidity is king, and they need liquidity. They need a bridge, And let me go ahead and post some of these infographics up on the screen right now. Just look at it. They need interoperability. And that's where XRP comes in. Let's say a US business is holding USDC and they need to pay a supplier in Japan. What they can't just go send USDC, right, to JPY directly. Even if RLUSD is involved, you're still dealing with a siloed token. Different jurisdictions, different rails. This is where XRP steps in as the bridge asset. Here's what happens under the hood, right? So you have USDC enters the XRP ledger. Remember the automatic routing as well that is going to be implemented, the pathfinding. XRP acts as the neutral liquidity layer. Remember, it's going to gravitate to the most liquid asset. That has been documented. Just take my word for it if you haven't. Maybe I'll try to find it. I'll post it up. But it will gravitate to the most liquid asset. Then you have the system that is going to convert it to USDC, to XRP, to JPY. Or it could be, Brazilian, anything, whatever they need, right? So you know why this is so important is because the BIS said, remember, convert from currency A to currency B and then currency C. Oh no, they said C, the vehicle currency as C. I'm just going off the top of my head right now, but I'll read it. I'll put it on the screen right here. So currency A, vehicle currency to the C currency, and then the C currency in this case would be XRP, and then go into the JPY, the B currency. That's what's called on-demand liquidity, right? There is no pre-funding like Swift. You don't have these slow conversions and none of these madness in fees. And remember, these are billions of transactions happening on a daily basis with trillions of dollars flowing in and out.
Now, this system can be very high volume. So you can build a very high volume, low cost transaction system, being able to do billions of transactions of different kinds of assets, tokenized, but all transacted in the same way. So think of it is you have a car, you have an old engine, you remove the engine, and you airdrop a new high-performance engine. That's what we're doing here. It's a very simple, very elegant way of taking our financial systems to a whole new dimension, and suddenly it'll unlock huge amount of business activity.
Some rough numbers, right? The FX market, 10 trillion, let's just say. Even if 1% of that volume goes through the XRP ledger, that's $70 billion in one day. That's 70 billion, but don't forget about all the other use cases that are going to be coming on to the XRP ledger. You need depth in the market. You need liquidity. You need high enough XRP price to absorb global flow.
The opportunity is to deliver liquidity on point, in the moment, in microseconds, from one part of the world to another. And the model that we focus on is using XRP, which is a very high velocity and very high volume digital asset. It's a free floating asset, unlike a CBDC or stablecoin. Use it as a bridge currency.
I mean, I can make some general. I can give a general trajectory.
Digital first currency world look like?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but I probably won't be able to answer that question. I mean, I can make some general. I can give a general.
Countries who are experimenting with CBDCs, how will they transact value between one another? What really does a bridge currency in the digital first currency world look like?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but I probably won't be able to answer the last. Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but I probably won't be able to answer the last that question. I mean, I can make some general. I can give a general trajectory, but I probably won't be able to answer it accurately. I mean, a bridge currency. The definition is a currency that's an intermediary between two other currencies, right? So I want to move, let's say, Swiss francs to pounds. The question is, will I be able to do that one-to-one let's think it's not really a conversion, right? But will I be able to find someone in the UK that wants to take my Swiss francs, and will someone in the UK find someone in Switzerland that's willing to take their pounds? So the degree to which that connection can be made with an efficient pricing structure, there's really no reason for a bridge currency. Right, because you can trade this asset against this asset, this central bank money against this central bank money. The practicality of it, though, is that if you think about the number of different currencies and how much liquidity needs to be available,
that's a lot of liquidity that you're taking out of the system.
How much liquidity needs to be available to make those transactions, it becomes less and less efficient because there simply often isn't enough liquidity there. And when I say liquidity, what I mean is depth of the market. It means that if I want to now send 100 Swiss francs, maybe I'll find 100 Swiss francs for pounds. Maybe I'll find a counterparty. But if I want to send 100 million, I may not find a counterparty. So there isn't enough liquidity, maybe, between Swiss francs and pounds for me to send $100 million every day. But there may be more liquidity if we pool all of our liquidity into one type of currency.
That's why all this matters, and that's why please try to understand this. I'm not coming out here. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I tell you guys this all the time. I always do quality assurance. I always look over my work, and I say, is the information I'm providing to the public, when I say 100% XRP will happen 100%, am I being real? And the question is yes. It's math. It's a math-based currency. This is something that you can't turn away from. XRP isn't just another asset. It's the foundation for scalable, real-time liquidity for every stable coin, right? And you're not supposed to swap USDC for RLUSD, That's not how it goes. But ladies and gentlemen, USDC and RLUSD are the passengers, and XRP is that jet engine. And here's pretty much, this is it. So you have Ripple, the $5 billion, right? I mean, they're going to bring the entire USDC infrastructure under the roof, in one roof, before the IPO. And that tells you exactly where this is going. Ripple doesn't want to compete with stablecoins. Ripple wants to be the rail they all move on. The liquidity layer, the FX layer, the settlement layer. My goodness, this is just insane to me, and how well we have all been in terms of, we knew this was coming. Now it sounds crazy, right? But let me tell you one thing. You know what's going to be really crazy? When the value of XRP goes to double digits and triple digits, that's when it's going to be like a, wow, I can't believe, it actually happened. So like I say all the time, health is wealth. Please just stay alive to enjoy the wealth. Okay, $20, $30, $100 XRP, like it has to, logically speaking. Logically speaking, all it needs is a $9 trillion market capitalization. That's nothing. That's peanuts. If some of you guys laughed at that, you're uneducated. It's sad. Like if you laughed at saying, 9 trillion is a lot, it'll never happen. It's going to happen 100%. A $9 trillion market cap is peanuts. It's peanuts. Peanuts. Let me tell you that. It is peanuts. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and we will be back with another video.
They told us dream small, but we had the stars in mind. While they chased hype, we studied time. In the noise we found the signal. Brad knew just what to do. Now XRP hums like jazz, running smooth and true. Money's changing, systems bend, ripple flow into the end. Truth is quiet, bold and deep. We salute the ones who lose no sleep. Salute to the minds that built this chain. Salute, salute through the trials, through the pain. Salute, salute to the calm, to the wise. Salute. stage, stuck in loops they call belief, while XRPL just clears the way. No delay, no grief. They hoard coins like dusty gold, but we got utility in every fold. The future ain't loud, it's steady breathing. Real ones know what's worth believing. It ain't hype, it's code and soul. We salute the ones who see the whole. Salute to the builders, to the flow. Salute, salute, where the real ones choose to go. Salute, salute, to the heart, to the plan. Salute, XRP will lead the land. Value don't lie, and truth don't shake. Let the whole world break, we remake. Strategic reserve, written in stars. XRP gonna take us far. So here's to the signal, clear and bright. To the dreamers who held on tight. No matter the storm, no matter the fight. Salute, we rise with the light.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.